Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Libra, and always a big welcome to those zodiac signs that felt like this constellation carries a message as well. The sun has moved into Leo, or we have turned the earth around the sun that we see behind it, the constellation Leo. And the sun is highlighting the moon, and when we look into the moon we see the constellation Libra behind it. Cardinal, something that begins now the fall and begins to clearly say, this is what I want preciseness, I want things to be very clear, and I have the strength to do that. I am fixed, because it's a fixed sign. I have the strength to tame the wild side within me and to combine them in such a way that I become a union within me of polarities. And here we see the scale in her left hand, and of course it's clear the left hand is that intuition, right? The left side is saying, yeah, I have the power to intuitively bring these two opposite energies together. Now I'm doing these readings because I create myself the tarot with yoga positions, and of course for Leo I created Simhasana, the lion's breath, the sticking the tongue out, accepting the wild side within ourselves, sticking the tongue out, loving it, and at the same time being really, gentle and sweet, like this lady here. And for you I picked standing on the tiptoes, holding the scale on the fingertips, and you, your own judge, in front of your heart, you hold Namaste, balancing pose, and this energy is felt down here in the city, there where we have to create a justice, that we have to create a law and order. The more people come together, the more we have to create certain structures so that we can actually live together. So this is your card. The court card that is for you is the Queen of Swords. And if your birthday is between September 12th and October 12th, this is your court card. I have listed all the court cards below, and also all the cards that I'm using here. I'm using 22 cards because I am telling the major arcana path, and I'm using 22 different tarot decks and oracle cards. Also, I include the last reading, which was the Sun in Cancer. You're being called to come down and sail deeper into your emotions. A new beginning, the High Priestess, allowing you to see that emotions, feelings, particularly when the Sun was in Cancer, are important, but they should not have power over us. And so you felt a little stranded in the last month, right? You felt a little off. So let's have a look what Leo is, of course, doing to your subconscious, because the subconscious, the moon, doesn't have a light on its own. And we begin right away on the position of the Fool with the Visconti Sforza Tarot with the 10 of coins. The 10 of coins, the 10 of pentacles, Penta is the 5, the 5-pointed star arranged in 2 rows with the 5 senses. So each person has their 5 senses clearly, and so a new beginning can come to you, because the Fool is beginning, the zero, the nothing, the everything is beginning with the 1 and the 0. And the 1 is the Magician. And the Magician is saying, yes, let's begin. This is Mercury in Virgo. So maybe you have a little bit of Virgo inside of you, the same way I have Virgo in me. I am a hermit, but I'm the Queen of Swords. Usually to the Virgo is the Knight of Pentacles. I have listed again all the dates below so you can have a look. You begin, and it's two people. And the Visconti Sforza Tarot talks about a couple that was married by their parents. Money, married power, and after 10 years of successful marriage, because usually love is not included in those deals, they painted the tarot 1450. And here, after 550 years, I hold it in my hands and speak about the 10 of coins. Very powerful, very strong Italian cards. Then comes on the position of the Magician, French cards, Le Battleur. The Magician comes on the position of the Magician, a 1-1 portal, very powerful, very clear. Is it speaking about, yes, the 1 and the 0. 0 has no power unless there is a number in front of it. 0 entails everything and nothing. And so here there is a new beginning with Le Battleur, the Magician. And we see the table has 1-2 legs here. The other 2 are in another dimension. Here we see 1-2-3 legs. And Oswald Wirth painted only the 22 major arcanas, and his cards were used in the Kabbalistic Rose Cross order that was formed 1888 in France. He has all the tools, he knows exactly, but the rose or the flower is closed. He's just beginning his journey. And of course the Fool holds a flower in his hands as well. The left one. He knows where he's coming from, and he knows that he has to go another round. Now I got a message in the last month when the sun was in Cancer to read from right to left, not from left to right. Because I mean, if you look at it, it makes sense, right? And this is the spin the Earth does, which lasts 25,850 years. It's a spin to the left, and if we divide it through the 12 zodiac signs, it becomes an age. And each age marks a religion down here in the material world. And the last age was the age of Pisces. Jesus, the fisherman, walking and not talking anymore, thinking, talking, the love, spreading the love. And now we go into the age of Aquarius. And 1888 is that number. The 1 is the Magician, and the 8 is the age of Aquarius, the card number 17. Nevertheless, calculated together, it becomes the 8. So 3 times the 8, the power to know that there's a new age coming. On the position of the High Priestess, we have the 4 of coins. And the 4 of coins always is about, again, a financial situation that marks then 10 coins and 4 coins, that's 14 coins, which is the Temperance card. And that's a stability, that's a strength, that's something that is saying, yeah, you are ready to be empowered in this square, in this dimension. You are able now to be strong, emotionally and physically, spiritually, the soul, everything is solid. And the Hermetic Tarot with the Hermetic laws are very important. And this deck was used in the Order of the Golden Dawn that was as well created in 1888 in England. 2 schools opposite each other. One begins the major arcana with the Magician. they begin with the Fool. So there are differences. So there are differences in the schools. Like here we have 2 legs. Here we see 3 legs. I mean, it's intense to incorporate all of it and to mix it and to actually create now, you know, an understanding that each school figures out the spiritual path a little bit different. Rider-Waite, Arthur-Waite. Now, what's really important on the position of the Empress is that Arthur-Waite came out of this brotherhood. And so is Aleister Crowley coming after. A 3-3 portal. You are seeing that the world belongs to you, Sun in Aries. You create whatever it is you want to create now. You know that you have the power after the 4 to go into the 3, back into the 3 of Wands, and know that you can create, know that you're expecting that which you want to create will be happening. Very strong, very powerful, right? Venus, she sits here, the Empress, beautiful energy. She creates and she establishing now something like a self-respect, a content, an inner knowing, a knowing of the triangle. The 3 is always a tribe already. And Aleister Crowley on the position of the Emperor was also in the Order of the Golden Dawn. Comes the Princess of Wands. And the Princess of Wands is the new generation, is a new thinking, is a new doing, is not working until you are burnt out. No, the young generation doesn't want to do that anymore. They are more clever, and so she's in the flow. She's almost like a creature that is saying, well, as long as I'm in the flow, everything just goes well. And she's in the flow, she's flying, she's creating, she is open to everything that is coming. And of course, with the Emperor above, she creates in a new way. She doesn't want to create like this. Now, 1920 were Rider-Waite cards published, and he revolutionized the tarot because he put people in the minor arcana, and so of course they were easier to be understood. And of course his cards were published 22 years after his death. Also marked a point, a sign with the number 22. The major arcanas are 22. 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet. So then comes on the position of the Hierophant, Salvador Dali. Salvador Dali published his cards 1970, and he was quite influenced by black magic, which Aleister Crowley did. So a lot of people are afraid of his cards, but you know, it's depending on you. Are you susceptible into black magic? Do you feel like doing that? Then of course, then you will do it. And if not, you don't. The Ace of Cups is coming. A true love. A love that is so divine that we can see first maybe the wings. And then we see the cup. Or we see the cup first and then the wings. And then when we look closer, we see 2 faces. And the Ace of Cups is all possibility, is the boat is going into the direction of the left, from right to left, from an inner state, from an inner knowing to the outer world. I manifest from within to the without. And when I know that this true love is supporting me, is helping me, and the true love is always then giving birth to duality, to male and female. And the 2 can create together 1 cup. Such a beautiful message here. 1970s, Salvador Dali. Beautiful energy, right? On the Hierophant. So the spiritual message is, yes, true love exists if you accept it first within yourself. If you allow true love to be something that is coming from you. The Golden Dawn Tarot was then created in the order of the Golden Dawn, which they used, the Hermetic Tarot, and then published only 1978. Because back then these were secret messages. Not everybody was supposed to know about this. And 1978, they thought it was fit. The same way they only published 22 years after his death, Aleister Crowley's cards. I mean, his book is out there, Thoth, the Egyptian god. And now comes the Ace of Swords, the clearest thinking. 2 aces, 1-1 portal. And of course, you as that magician holds 2 of them in its table. The sword is lying here and the cup is lying here, or standing here. 3 times 1, the power to know that you can begin. The power, you know, that everything lies within you, in that one thought, in that one energy. Always in the center where the beautiful rose is. So in the center is that understanding of a new creation. And this card is on the position of Gemini. And Gemini, the word is Zain. And Zain is the sword that liberates the female. The male is liberating the female because she's in the cycle of fertility, and he liberates her from that cycle by then, of course, entering her mind, entering her body, and uniting and then becoming one. And so the clear sword mental aspect is speaking here to you, because you have that one sword, right, in your right hand, in your logical hand. In the right hand, which if I cross it, then is with my left brain. So that then leads to Kali, Mother of Wands in the East, on the position of the Chariot, the success. That a sexual energy can be lived. This is Aries. You can see down below the dates for Aries, so maybe you want to have a look if you know someone. Now here comes a success of being strong and empowered. Sun already in Aries spoke to you, the 3 of Wands. You can create. What is it that you want to create? What is it that you want to manifest? You have that one clear thought. You have that one clear emotion. You know what you want very clearly. And you have that young energy of the Princess of Wands. And now you have the Queen of Wands, Kali, the destroyer of the ego. And that's what it's all about. We need to destroy the ego. We need to destroy the one that says I. Nevertheless, we need the I that starts realizing I. What is the I? Is it the I that sees that I exist? Or is it that I am? Very powerful, right? You see that? And then Hermann Handel, 1985, a German artist. Very interesting information here that he was captured in World War II and got saved by a Jewish soldier, and that marked him tremendously. And of course, he then later on painted the tarot and published it in 1985. Then the Medicine Woman Tarot, here comes the vision. The vision of the Hanged Man on the position of Leo. So Leo is bringing you a vision. Leo is bringing you that when you look into the water, when you see yourself reversed. And when we look at the picture, we see that she sees herself upside down. A very beautiful message here coming to you, that you are, as a visionary, creating the new reality. And the new reality is through Leo, through the sun, shining upon you and saying, yes, change and shift and create whatever it is you want to create. You have the power now to do so. On the position of the Hermit comes the Seven of Cups. Now the Seven of Cups is not knowing sometimes what is an illusion and what is really happening. The Seven of Cups is Venus in Scorpio. Sometimes the illusion to know that yes, everything is a vision, and which vision do I really want? Now the Seven is difficult because it's like a test. It's testing you. And the number 12 is a 3, and so you got a 3-3 portal. And in that 3-3 portal, you know that to get to the number 7, to get to the illusionary, to get beyond the illusionary success, which you hold in your hand through the Hermit, the star of the two triangles that come together. The two triangles, the success of going out and getting what you want, and also seeing that sometimes the reverse, that certain things come and bring illusion to you, an illusion in a success where you think you have mastered something, but it's always going to shift and change, and that you have to go deeper into your emotions because you got the call to come down in the last reading, right? And that was Cancer, and you got to see that you have to destroy even deeper your ego further because the illusions are coming up. Create something that is beyond illusion. Create the House of Flowers, which comes after the number 9, the 36th, and calculated together as the number 9, on the position of the Wheel of Fortune. So illusionary success can only be brought to you if you create within you an understanding that certain things have to shift and have to come from your guts. From your guts you know what to choose. From your guts you know that Ace of Cup then makes it 8 cups. And on the Magician is also a cup, so you have 9 cups. So then it makes here a 9-9 portal with the cups. 9 is the completion, 9 is that realization. Okay, I am beyond and I realize something. Okay? So you gotta learn to trust that everything is coming and going, but nevertheless, you know, in the center, things stay the same. Things stay empowered and positive, and then the path continues because you in your center. And on the position of Libra comes the Five of Cups, a sadness. A sadness that you maybe realize that certain things are not easy, that certain things are sometimes challenging us, and that you gotta learn to overcome, and that you learning to find your center. Tears are good. I cry sometimes and I enjoy the process of crying. I'm not consumed by the crying. I am literally letting it be. And I love it. Because there's a lot of injustice in this world. There are a lot of people who think they are the law and can tell others how they are supposed to live. And we don't have that right to do that. Nevertheless, of course, like I said, when a lot of people live together, we have to come to an agreement how we want to live together. So Mars in Scorpio is bringing a certain sadness out of you, that something has happened in your life, that you can look deeper into it and learn and grow from it, because all the fives are tests, big tests. And then we see that when you reverse, when you are in the Hanged Man, then the crystal amber is coming to you. The crystal amber is helping you to release old karma, past traumas, family patterns that are holding you back, of lack, of not enough, of not being good enough, of seeing the Three Cups and not knowing that there's two more cups behind, that there are two wings, two angels, one angel in this one cup flying above you, helping you to overcome something that must go. And here this is helping you, this crystal is helping you to overcome that in this month. And when you go deep into the cycle of the moon, the same way I do the reading today when the moon is in Libra. This is today. Not any time, but really today is the moon in Libra. So I feel the energy. And this is when you get a clear message of transformation, the same way the moon is waxing and waning, and one time we see it full and one time we don't see it at all. We don't even know it's the new moon. And that's the transformation of becoming aware of the invisible. That's what the Death card brings to you. And just so that you see, the Hanged Man can look like this or like this, like a vision, right? So now you understand that the cycle continues through the moon. And that's how I do the readings. You get once a month a reading. And that happens, this constellation today happens only once a year. Sun in Leo, Moon in Libra. And when you have overcome and realized this, on the position of Temperance, you get the Eight of Cups, which is Saturn in Pisces. And calculated together, you have the Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is 15 cups, and 5 cups is 20 cups. 20 is judgment. But you have 21 cups, and 21 cups is the world. If I calculate the cup on the table of the magician, you have 22. 22 cups. Now, you know what that means. This path that we're going, continuously growing and learning, continuously understanding that everything is shifting and changing, constantly spinning. And now you moving on, you are continuously searching further and deeper for who you truly are and for who you can become. Now, somewhere there I place you, and you look at that into the opposite direction instead of looking in this direction. And then you see that here you have to continue. You have to continue to grow, and you have to continue your path. 22 cups. And then on the position of Capricorn, or the church created the devil, for me it's God Pan, the Tower. Something is breaking apart, being attached to a certain outcome. You can liberate yourself, and you don't see that this is happening in the future. You don't know. And at the same time, you also got the 8 of Wands. And you have 3 Wands and 8 Wands, which is then 11 Wands, which is the card 11. And we have the 1, 1, 1. So 5 times 1. The Magician, the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So you have 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times the 1. And seeing that you have to let go, because this is gonna really happen fast now, that something is being destroyed, something is wanting to liberate itself. The Tower, that number 16 is a 7. And then this 7 also is getting liberated. This illusionary success, a success where you think you are able to control your emotions, but you can't. Your emotions are always controlling you. And the only way, of course, to overcome that is by getting into your center and knowing that all emotions are here so that you can learn and grow. And the emotions, of course, connect with the moon, which is now the number 37. It's a 10. And the 10 is then connected to this 10. There's a 1010 portal speaking to you. And you start realizing that something has to shift. And then the 8, with this 8, is an 8-8 portal. With this 8, 3 times 8 portal. 888. So you do have like this brotherhood, this secret brotherhood, the 1888. 1888. And you understand things. You understand that the mystical life that's out there and that we can live is really there. And it's happening fast now. In the future, it will happen really fast. That something is shifting and changing. And then on the position of the Tower comes the Camel. The Camel is connected with the High Priestess because the word for the High Priestess is Gimel. And Gimel means camel. And there is the 4. On the High Priestess, the 4 is a powerful number. Again, like we know, it's the number of stability. And the camel is a fire sign. And we know we have 3 of Wands, the Princess of Wands, we have Kali, we have the 8 of Wands, we have the Tower, which is Mars. I mean, there is some action going on. Something is shifting and happening. The camel, resourceful, independent, knows oneself. When in balance, calm, content, sparkle in the eye. The camel can handle absolutely anything as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenges with ease, even in the face of excess, heat, judgment, or anger. The camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. So, you know, what is coming up to you, and you're gonna learn and you're gonna grow. There is gonna be a deep liberation of attachments, a deep liberation, which is then leading into the Emperor, the female Emperor in the age of Aquarius, the female Emperor that's saying, yeah, we do not want any male Emperor anymore. We don't. We women, we can rule. The princess can rule. The princesses are the female energies. The same way here, Kali is the Queen of Wands. Alright, so the Emperor has to embrace the female, and the female has to embrace the male. It's always the same message. And so in the age of Aquarius, there's no more gender. There just is a race. We are the way we are. And so here comes the female Emperor in the age of Aquarius. And on the position of the moon comes the dream oracle, the shaman's dream oracle. And it says, the number 19, and falling angel, spiritual narcolepsy, awakening from something. I'm going to look what the word says here, what its meaning. Because now we transition into a new dimension, into a new understanding that when we read from right to left, everything is different. To me, I mean, these readings are different now. And I'm just going to look at what this means. As the number 19 is 10, 10, 10. Right? 10, 10, 10. So the 1 and the 0, the new cycle that you're beginning, is not going to be much easier, but definitely the challenges are on another level. Again and again, each time when we begin a new cycle, we start to realize, okay, something is telling me that this falling angel is speaking to me. And the falling angel is saying, falling unconscious, spiritual narcolepsy. You are being cautioned now to not fall asleep or go unconscious. You have been flying above the strife and suffering of the world in angelic bliss. However, you risk being seduced by the beauty and comfort of your situation and losing track of your aspirations, your wings. As you fall, you pick up speed heading towards the trees below and a possible nasty landing. Remember that all you need to stop being a falling angel is spread your wings to hold your descent and then find an updrift again. Do not be seduced by the fallen angels, your supposed friends and companions who are ready to use you for their pleasure and have only their own interests in mind. As you soar once more in flight, receive the gift of the falling angel as an invitation to study the forest from above the trees. In other words, to analyze your situation from a higher perspective without being entangled in its thorny branches. Once you understand what needs to be done, head back to your lofty heights and stand by for the right moment. Action you take now may backfire. Stay conscious and wait until you are guided to change. You will know when the time is ripe. So something is really telling you, stay up there and look closely. Look at everything that is happening here. Look closely, because then on the position of the sun comes the voice speaking your word, speaking what you have to say, having that interaction with this angel, and coming and stopping with this voice, stopping with the voice that fall. You see that? Because like he said, she's falling, and now you hear the trumpets. You hear, and the trumpets is always, then card number 20, the judgment. The judgment is calling, but it's this on the position of the sun. There's a success nevertheless. No matter if you're falling, you will go back up again. So something is saving you, something is helping you to not fall, because there is a sound, and it's the sun, and it's the sun in Leo. Is that embracing your wild side and really roaring more wildly your energy out there. Because then on the position of the judgment, of the trumpet, see that, the trumpet here, here's the big trumpet, comes then the liberation. Then you fly again. Then this angel is not falling, but he is flying. Now here this is a 7, and the 7, like we saw, was the 7 of Cups, the illusion. The illusion sometimes then to capture that moment, and you get that wake-up call from the guides, from the angel, to continue your path, to liberate yourself and to fly again. Because here this card speaks about wounds, and the number is 41, the number 5. And it says, withheld support from the past can cause low self-esteem that cripples action. Wounds. So you want to liberate yourself from wounds. No one can save you, only yourself can save you. And through the withheld support from the past can cause low self-esteem that cripples action. And of course, from there comes then again on the position of the world an 8. So you have 4 times an 8. An 8 that is letting you know 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I'm just going to put this down. So when we see all 4 8s, we can see move on emotionally and actively keep going. See your wounds, see that you know, you need to connect with your self-esteem, because if you don't have self-esteem, that will cripple all your actions. And so move on. So now see that you move on. The sun is helping you to move on. It's going to happen really fast. And you're going to see within this darkness, the light within you in the 8888 portal. The heart that is telling you, just keep on going. Keep on going, because your path is here to liberate you. Your path is here to liberate you from attachments. From attachments, which is all the materialness, right? Sometimes things like this. But you beginning a new cycle, a new understanding of what it means to manifest, how to manifest, what it is that you want to manifest, finding a strength within you, and never look back at the past, right? Allow the future, the unknown, to bring you new exciting things. Allow yourself to move forward, always to move forward, and to see that there is exciting new things that can be lived, even though you feel like the angel is falling. The angel is not falling, because the angel is being stopped by maybe this message, and you can go back up. You see, that's the same position, it's just in the other direction. This is saying, yeah, you're going into the past. Is that what you want? You want to go into the past? No, go into the future. Because in the future, there lies then, yes, a darkness. Yes, something that I can't see. But in the dark, we learn to see. We don't know, it's the new moon. In the new moon, the seed can grow and something new can really come to you. Really be experienced by you. So allow whatever it is now that is coming to you to be this wild being, right? The Kali, the wild lion. Allow this energy to, you know, create new things. Create an empress, because she's female. Allow whatever it is to come through this reading. Wow, what a message this is. I hope I see you in the next one, because then the earth turns in such a way that we see behind the sun, the constellation Virgo. And Virgo is about growing and learning and understanding that within I have the power, within I can take a decision, within I know that my light is shining, right? So this is the message for then the next reading. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.